All right, quick mic test. How is the mic audio? Test one, test one. Test one. Why do they just keep saying test one?
I don't know.
Of course, we gotta wait like 30 seconds before we hear anybody.
Don't they say testing?
One, two, three. Sometimes, but then sometimes you just get people go, test one, mic one.
Is it
one.
Bare Naked Lady song?
Yes, that is the Bare Naked Lady song. All right. We'll see you shortly.
I guess we're starting with the weather tonight. It's gray and in the 40s.
Plus, we've got Guy Dolls coming up and Mecha Gauntlets.
It's Monday, December 19th, and this is your Smart Doll News.
Hey, happy holidays, everybody.
It was a Christmas miracle.
It was a Christmas miracle. There were enough problems during the pre-show that somehow we got enough karma to get through the intro successfully.
I think I've kind of used up my karma for the holiday season.
Yes,
anyway.
You have. No, you haven't used up. You banked karma.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is Monday. It is the Monday before Christmas. We've also right in Hanukkah as well.
So happy Hanukkah to all of those who celebrate.
And just happy holidays for everybody. It's nice to have you with us, and I think we're seeing a little bit more different people now that people's like schedules have changed with like taking time off for the holidays. So if it's your first time in the live chat, welcome. It's great to see you.
Yeah, and there's a lot of new people too because it's the holidays and people are looking for and asking for smart dolls. So.
Well, right. So we'll probably see them in the coming weeks.
Yes.
But yeah, we've got New Year's coming up as well, and we look forward to it. So we've got, of course, you know what? I didn't prep this, and I'm going to say this, and maybe we can double check real quick. When the exact day is that Danny's team actually goes on break? Because I think it's like
it's soon.
It's right in this week, I believe.
Yeah, because he made a very particular point to say that he was getting the utter chaos out before they went away.
Can you look that up real quick,
sure
and
can.
I will get us into the headlines. First up is, well, the first of two cosplays. Danny posted this. This is Dauntless, and she is cosplaying as Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3. She's got the beige flight suit, the black bikini, the biomechanical boots, the combat belt, and the combat gloves, dog tag, and goggles. So he's got a whole bunch of stuff, some of which is out, some of which isn't. Specifically, the flight suit in that color has not been released, but it looks really cool. And the goggles. We've been seeing these goggles being finalized in the behind-the-scenes pictures. And it looks great on her. Now, one of the cool things he does know... Oh, this we should say... This is not this rifle, this long arm here is not a smart doll product. It is a 1/3 scale weapon that Danny said he picked up in Korea, and if you literally just Google 1/3 scale rifle or things like that, you have it's pretty easy to find things like this. He does have a couple of pictures here.
There it is. I can't find it.
Can't find it? All right. He does mention, and I think especially with this, the ease. This is Dauntless is sporting the new Evolve frame for these shots, and you can see there's a nice subtlety going on with her leg posing, and. One that's slightly cocked off to the side, but it's also like the knee is kind of kicked out a little bit, or I should say,
she looks very stable, which is awesome.
So it really looks like she's kind of like leaning down into her her leg, and in fact, if you compare that to what I've done here with our Gemini, is it tends to kind of look like, I mean, I guess you can kind of sort of get, no, that just looks like I broke his knee.
You want to try it with Hero in her leggings?
No, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, she's in baggy legs. Yeah, there is definitely a good a difference between the posability, and he talks specifically about how it locks into place. Here is, this is a pose that we saw last week of her, what he called the superhero landing, but really, sort of digging into, sitting back on her knee with her leg, her front
There's
leg
weight
up.
to that pose that is very cool.
Yeah. So cannot wait for the frame. So again here, it's just... I suppose I should switch it back here. So we were looking at that one there for you, and on her knees, as well as this is the last picture here. So we've got. I think we're going to see a lot more like this. I'm sure Danny will be doing a lot of demonstrations throughout his just product shots that he's doing to also be showing us the kind of the nice, features and things that you can do with the Evolve frame. Second cosplay.
This is really cute. I'm particularly impressed with the braids.
Yeah.
You can see in the back there's a piece of hair or a tie or something like that hanging down. But but other than that, those are some very neat looking, tidy braids.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
You didn't really need to get that.
Yeah, just you need to put on Do Not Disturb on that thing. Can we talk about Thing? Like, he looks amazing.
Yep, they did a good paint job on a hand.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get the. I think we can see the underside, maybe. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's a little out of focus, but they've definitely sort of done some. Oh, distressing's not like a dry brushing kind of thing to get some dirt into the creases of the hand and everything, and really make them look more alive.
I just wanted to pause for a moment and say, as we're going through all these things, if you have questions for us or something that you want us to talk about, make sure you put it in the question
The
tab.
thing that I haven't put up, yeah. So we should start with telling John
to put the Q&A up. Yes, that'd be helpful.
Leave your... well, then keep talking about Wednesday.
So, so we're looking at Wednesday here, and he specifically said... one of our smart dolls is cosplaying as Wednesday. So he didn't say who it was, and we were trying to figure out who that actually is. And I haven't been able to figure it out yet.
I don't think we know. I don't think she's somebody that has been released. People are suggesting if that's perhaps it's London. I don't know if we're going to easily find
London.
Smart Doll London. It might be her. Well, there's a London candidate. I don't think it's going to be easy without like sifting through everybody.
Oh yeah, Barbie Witch says that's 100% London. I mean, if you can find the link, that'd be great. We're not quite sure where that was. Where he talked about it in his Instagram feed, I believe.
Yeah, it just was a little odd that he did not state a name. Now, mind you, she doesn't technically have a real name, and I always forget that because London is the name of one of our dolls, and this is a code name for her. So. It doesn't translate to me as she's an unnamed doll. But yeah, this looks fantastic. The downturned mouth looks great. I actually really even like the eyebrows, how they're kind of sort of furry in this sort of horizontal direction, then get thicker here. But yeah.
I'm a fan of this new this trend he's doing towards bringing the makeup out from the socket of the eye too, so that it actually looks like a bigger eye.
Yep,
which is really neat.
Very cool. And we have Gray Fortitude. She was teased in the behind the scenes pictures last week. And here he has officially sort of announced her. He did mention that it took some time to settle on the right blushing, which is the picture that we saw last week.
I love this whole purple and gray thing is working for me. I love the purple eyes. I would venture to say that this is probably my favorite version of Fortitude yet.
Really?
Yeah. And I have tea. I have semi-real tea, but I like the gray.
Yeah, I still can't wait to see Gray Future. I do wonder how well other blushing is going to do on here, or if pretty much all the dolls are going to end up with this lavender blush.
I mean, if you look at the blues, they all ended up with some variant of, I think, of the same blushing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she, it may vary slightly, but it'll probably be some version of lavender.
There's only so much that is going to work on this gray. It is a gray with a strong blue undertone. Mm-hmm. So this middle ground between, this lavender middle ground, really, really looks nice.
I'm just really looking forward to seeing the vinyl, like seeing the doll in person.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Gray.
I know. Oh, we know. And she is, I mean, they always look more amazing in person than they do in, in pictures.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't sold on blue in the very beginning.
Right.
And then we got our first blue girl and went, okay, this is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, she looks great. A couple other shots of her. I
want that sweater.
I know, the sweater is really nice.
This is trending towards the more girly colors,
Right.
and I'm all about that.
Yeah. So, we do have an update. This is actually a question that we talked about last week, which was are we going to have to wait till the new frame comes out to get this? And we don't actually have an answer to that technically, but we do know, based on this post, that Danny is going to make the Gray girls with the current frame.
At least for the first, I think he said the first couple of batches?
Yeah, he says
the first few batches?
The first batches of Galactic Gray will come in the current Gen 2 frame. So if what this means is, we still don't know if this means it's going to land before the new frame. Mm-hmm. But the assumption here is this allows him to get Grays out sooner, and then he will upgrade them later. So you got to take your pick. If you want Gray more than anything, you should be able to get one sooner. But if you really want one with the new frame, you're going to want to wait a few months.
And is it going to be a case where, like, say, for example, Fortitude's going to come out in this frame, but is she going to ever come out in the Evolve frame? Because, we know how Blue went. Blue would be like, there'd be a batch of Blue Anomaly, and then there'd be a batch of Blue Moment, or something like that. And it's like, if he does Fortitude now, and does her in the current frame, is she going to get shelved for a time and then re-released in the Evolve frame later, or not at all?
I mean, I don't think either way it's going to matter that much. I can guarantee you she will be back if she, it's not like she's going to, it's not like he's going to put out 40 and she's not going to do well.
Right. No, I mean, 40 is a favorite. So
I think there's, what really matters is I think especially because we've got time. I mean, how long? The Blues were around for a really long time. A lot longer than he thought they were going to be. So popularity will drive him to keep creating these dolls.
Barbie Witch says, also that 40 is my girlfriend. And my question then is, well, can you ask her if she's going to come out in the Evolve frame?
Yeah. Yeah, if you have it in, let us know. I'm sure she will. Like, it is, and he said the first batch.
Right. But that's the first batch of Gray.
Still, just come on. The likelihood of, this is not a new girl.
No.
This is not like putting out a brand new doll in Gray. Mm-hmm. That's never been put out. All of these have been, to some extent, tested also in blue. So I think we're probably going to see Moment. We're going to see, Chi. We're going to, he knows, the ones that are going to kind of, people are going to want in all colors.
Right. I just want to check something really quick. Keep going.
are you staying on this subject? Because I'm about to leave it.
No, you can leave it.
All right. So the next big thing is this lovely picture that Danny put up on his stories. And it is of a Coco boy doll with lovely hair. And they are actually using the Evolve frame. And apparently, according to what Danny wrote on here, this is a better fit. The Evolve frame is a better fit for the guys. Now, we saw this last week again with comparing the girl busts and how the new frame sits better, and you can, manipulate the spine around and not get nearly as much gapping at the bottom. And he's seen that as well here. So he has found that the new frame may actually be solving some of the issues that he had with the boys, which have led to them pretty much being shelved
for a time until they. Yeah, he was. He was saying that they were like not ready to be released yet again.
Yep.
And
like no, he is nowhere near ready to even say like, here's what I'm working on. It's just he was shutting it down. We're not talking about it. They are far enough out that we're talking probably years. That was my expectation after the last post that he made about boys. We're talking. Who knows? Maybe in a few years he might be ready to even talk about this. But now we may be actually getting a boy doll on with the old vinyl on the new frames.
He's pretty cool. I like his wig. We've seen him before he got the new frame put in, evidently. But we have seen that wig on the Coco body before. And speaking of bodies, I just wanted to quickly mention what I wanted to look up, because I had seen this earlier today. Just a little PSA. If you missed Blue and you are just like, chomping at the bit to have one, Fabric Friends and Dolls here in the U.S. still has Singularity.
Okay.
In Blue.
It's anime or semi-real?
Anime. And she is $7.75 US. But if you really missed Blue, or if you have a blue head that you're in love with and you needed a body, this is a chance. They actually had North anime and Singularity, and North is sold out. But they do have Singularity left.
So that's a great option. Check out Fabric Friends and Dolls. There is a link in the description to all three major outlets for buying smart dolls.
Haven't checked Anime Sugoi yet. They probably are either have some more or are getting some soon too. So.
Yeah. So keep your eye on those places if you're still looking for blue dolls, because we knew that he was still sending some out to them. So, yeah, we've got a new boy. He says specifically, and I love this, if you don't mind, like anybody is
I would
going
like
to
to
argue.
use this vinyl set for a new character. Like, everybody is boys, boys, boys. We need the boys.
Yeah, I am really interested to see what his plans are for the boys, like what a new body sculpt would look like for the boys. They're very, very muscular.
Well, the slim torso was released. We just haven't put one on.
But even still, the slim torso is slimmer but muscular, like very toned. So anyway, I just don't know where he's going. Like, I wonder design-wise, what are the things that he thinks he wants to change about it, which I'm sure we'll see in the future at some point.
Is there any chance of getting a boy like, a boy like Tadano from Komi, or
just a regular guy?
Yeah, just a regular like high school boy.
Right.
So
very cool. We will be looking forward to whoever this new boy is. We don't have any time frame, but this is the biggest move and the biggest news that we've gotten in regards to boy dolls in a long time. It's all up until now. It's just been pushing it back farther and farther. All right. So those are our headlines tonight, and if you have found them enjoyable, of course we've got some behind the scenes stuff and those mech gauntlets that I mentioned coming up momentarily. But in the meantime, we do want to ask you, if you are enjoying this content, please hit that like button and let everybody know that it's worth watching and help get us to be in front of more eyes.
Yeah, which hand pack is the thumbs up in?
I don't know.
So we can tell people to get out hand pack such and such. And
I don't know. We'll figure it out for next time, I guess. That's funny. All right. We will now take a look at some behind the scenes.
okay, so I'm going to get on my my high horse here and toot
more like your hobby horse.
toot my own horn and say that I said that those boots that he was making were for Smart Doll Plus.
Your ability to judge size and perspective was better than mine. Okay.
Practice.
So, yes, boots may appear bigger. Boots may be smaller than they appear. We can see here we've got the mech boots in on the Smart Doll Plus, not on Danny. Barry Wing says thumbs up is in hand pack 1.
Okay. So, yeah, take out hand pack 1. Thumbs up.
I think that's about all there is to say about that. Next up, we've got some things that we've seen, right? We've been seeing a lot of pictures of these like die-cast shields, for the solar marines, the metal goggles, the aviator goggles or the adventure goggles. Not too much news going on here.
He did say that this is a more refined version of the goggles.
Yep. But what I want to talk about is this. Here we have one of the the little mech hands things that are usually on there. And then I don't know what this is. It looks like it's got some sort of like the impression of like some sort of hydraulic arm kind of thing, as if this were like something that opened and closed, which obviously it doesn't. But it's a weird little doober there that I'm just not sure what it's actually supposed to be. So if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments.
Like a shoulder thing? No, it's not a shoulder.
Now, it looks like it's got two inputs here. It's got some sort of bottom post, and then there's a hole on that side. And the outside is very sort of organic. This is very much
like a biomech type thing.
Yeah.
And then what are those little holes that are like, it looks like a speaker or a vent or something. Those, like, what is it? 7 holes.
Yeah. It could have to do with perhaps this. I don't know exactly.
Oh, it could be piece of that gauntlet top. But it just seems the shape seems kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't really see much going on here in the shape that would. I don't know, but we have this idea that he's created of creating a gauntlet base So the base here we can see actually goes. You would take a hand off, and then the gauntlet would go down over the stump, basically. And then that gauntlet base then has it looks like a ball joint sort of thing that you would pop different hands onto. So a new, larger version of the hand packs, basically, that are going to pop onto this new base.
And I just want to say, Danny, can we have an elegant one too? Like, I want like one that looks like a rumpled, like, evening glove or something like that.
So not a mech.
No, just like a sleeve that slips on, and then you can put like white hands on it and stuff like that. Like,
It's an interesting idea of basically making a vinyl sleeve that looks like a full arm glove that has like the ripples and stuff of where it's like gathered up here.
I mean, you could do it with fabric, but then the hand wouldn't match.
Right. There's ways to do it with a particular hand type and like just that hand type, but being able to put if you were going to do something like that, you would need new gloves that are not combat gloves.
Right.
But new, basically, black versions of the regular hands.
Or white or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. That look like, no, I think that would be very cool.
I think Danny's answer to that was, I like mechs.
But he knows he's got kids and stuff that are interested, and some girls are girly girls and some girls are not.
Yes, but Danny makes things for Danny. So Danny makes mechs. So, I mean, it's not to say that he wouldn't do that, but it's very cool. It does bring up a really interesting idea. I would actually go so far as to say, I mean, we could even try it. Somebody else out there, take this idea by all means. Use do like a 3D scan of the doll's forearm, and 3D print exactly what you're talking about, which would basically be, although you'd still want it separate, but
you could actually do like a bracelet over it though. Like, this might be a kit and cat shop project. Because you could do like it could be something that's sold as a set. You could do like the arm sleeve and the hand, and then have like a bracelet, like a cuff bracelet that goes over the joint.
Yeah. BJD Dolpham says, is the mech arm related to Transformers? And it certainly could be. I mean, we also do have the red and blue colors in this drawing, although I think that's not really the point of those colors. But I have a feeling... there's no way to tell. This could be unrelated. This could be Gundam related. This could be Transformers related, or it could be just a completely side thing that he got inspired to do.
See, this art style is interesting.
Yeah, this actually reminds me of Enchantarium did a gauntlet like this, I believe.
They did do they actually did
like a cyber gauntlet.
Yeah.
Certainly not I don't think in this particular design or anything in terms of how it's engineered, but it's very cool. All right.
So here we have the sweater.
Yep, the irregular hem sweater in lavender or lilac, I guess.
Very, very pretty. Love the color.
Another button, button-up shirt.
Yeah, it looks like the schoolgirl uniform shirt, kind of, but without as much. The schoolgirl shirt has more seaming, I think, if I remember correctly.
We have a shot of scraping things off of their 3D, their resin printers. It's really hard to, I think this. I mean, this
That looks like the Solar Marine logo.
Yeah, but I don't know what this actually is. It's like on a. I'm guessing.
I showed this to you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I showed this to you. It was a black plate, and it's got 4 holes in it that look like it's going to be screwed into or nailed or something.
Right. And so that means that this is likely something for, again, a mech or something like that. It's going to go on a piece of hardware. Or transformer or whatever.
Something solid with structure, most likely.
Here we have a sort of a muslin. It looks like that they've created of a new.
That's Wednesday.
Oh, is that Wednesday's outfit? Okay, so this is then a preview then before they released Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean the collar is a little bit different, but I think that they probably were working on Wednesday, so it may be that we're gonna see something similar that is not Wednesday, which would be really cute. Or that could be just making Wednesday.
I think it was probably just making Wednesday, would be my guess. That is the end of our behind the scenes. So if we of course now have to go into the best part of the show, but before we do, I do want to mention, if you haven't already, if you have any questions for us, be sure to leave them in the Q&A in the YouTube chat, and we will be working from there when we come back from where, Sandy?
Where are we going?
The Smarty Party, of course.
Oh, the Smarty Party!
Clearly, you're not dressed.
We came to party all night long. Let's sing on to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our
Gotta love the Smarty Party and all the holiday pictures coming through. You will be seeing them probably. I don't know. I may have to take them out after the holidays from the pre-show.
You could tell that I was like, I haven't had caffeine or pain meds, so like either one of those, like I was not on the Smarty Party thing.
No idea
at all.
Well, we're moving on. So let's take a look at some of the questions that we have. Starting up with BJD Dolpham, do you think we'll see gray pebbles soon, especially since he mentioned some will get Gen 2 frames?
Maybe pebbles, but I think he'll just, I think he's just going to put them out. I think he's going to put out Fortitude. I think, but there may be some pebbles, but I think it may just be Fortitudes coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he necessarily would need to do these as pebbles. other than just...
I mean, technically, when he released Blue Future at the end, he released her as a pebble, but she wasn't
But that was
really a pebble.
out of, pardon me, Danny, laziness. Like, Danny said specifically, I don't have time to make a page for this. So he just opened up it as a pebble.
So she wasn't really a pebble.
No. So I don't know. I'm not sure why he opens up rounds of pebbles, but I don't see why he would do. I don't think he ever did that with blues necessarily. Of like, hey, here's blues. We're gonna do pebbles.
Now, I think Fortitude's going to come out, and maybe somebody else. Who knows? Maybe Anomaly. I used to think Anomaly was going to be first, but we've seen Relentless, we've seen Fortitude now, so I mean it could be any of them.
I mean, now that we're past Halloween, I don't think I don't see any real impetus for her to be first. Anna Kay says, have you all seen Wednesday season 1? I binged it. Highly recommended for those who have yet to watch.
We did watch it. It was a decent binge. It wasn't, I don't think you can watch it expecting it to be Addams Family. It draws too much from so many other sources, like so many other things. Like there's elements of School of Good and Evil in it. There's elements of Harry Potter in it. There's just so many things that I was like, oh yeah, that's straight out of blah, 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 but it was good. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think, I know if you're a diehard Addams Family fan, I think you will go like, okay, yep, it's got enough fan service, but it's got some new in it and different. And it's really, it's about Wednesday. And I think actually for the character and the idea of what that character is like a bit older than she was in the show, I think I like Wednesday. I actually like the character, and I started getting into it for not the Addams Family, but for Wednesday.
Yeah, they gave her, she's more well-rounded. That's for sure. Like you actually, like the original character was very two-dimensional, and you couldn't have much sympathy for her or anything, nor would that character expect any kind of sympathy. But Wednesday in this new series, you actually can find redeeming qualities in.
I think it's funny. I was watching some video, probably some Instagram reel or something like that, but where she was saying that she did like one take of where she didn't blink, and then from then on
she wasn't allowed to blink.
She was not allowed to blink at all, which I find hilarious and difficult. But she had to not blink, and she had to do the like stare through your eyebrow things a lot.
And who is it that created it? Please help me.
Created what?
Who the producer, director, famous
Tim
guy?
Burton?
Tim Burton. Thank you. Okay. The words just would not come out of my mouth.
I was like, Addams Family or
no? Tim Burton. Tim Burton actually fixed her bangs for a long time.
Yeah.
Like her bangs just were not right.
Very particular about her bangs.
Yeah, and he walked up and personally fixed her bangs and then shellacked them to high heaven with hairspray. He's like, she was like, they wouldn't move after that.
Yeah, definitely recommend. Check it out if you haven't. Barry Wings says, I think we discussed this a bit last week, but on the topic of Grey Fortitude, what's everyone's thoughts on New Girls being released in Grey? I'm assuming what New Girls we want to see in Grey. Obviously Future.
Definitely Future. Anime North, I would like to see in Grey.
I want something new.
Somebody new would be nice.
I want like Singularity, I believe, was made specifically for Blue. Mm-hmm. I would love, actually, London. Mm-hmm. London and Grey
might be kind of cool.
Would look very good.
I'm interested in, I'm not sure that I will be 100% sold, but I'm definitely interested in seeing anime prowess in gray. And I think Anomaly looks really cool. And I didn't get her in blue, but I might want her in gray. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I think gray is a little bit tougher than blue to imagine what they would look like. But I may need to start doing some photoshopping. Going gray is a lot harder than going blue, like for Photoshop. But I may still have to start to see like what some of our dolls might look like.
I would like to see other animal type characters too, like other than cats, like a bunny or a squirrel or something like that. Especially with the fact that Danny has talked about the fact that you're gonna be able to put different things in the stand hole socket. So if you can get a nice big fluffy gray squirrel tail and then have a doll that like sort of goes with that, that'd be very cool.
I know it's not going to happen because she's like, her time has come and gone, but Kabuki, I would love, I don't even necessarily want Kabuki, but I would love a Kabuki theme.
In gray.
In gray. Like a different doll, a different,
boy.
Sure.
A boy in gray would be very cool.
Mercy's Cosplay Corner asks, are you excited that there's a new skin tone and that Culture Japan had, I guess, resolved their batch issues? So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to have witnessed the process that Danny said, okay, look, there's a problem.
We have to fix it.
We have a problem. Here's how we're going to fix it. He was incredibly transparent about it. He has, I'm sure, lost money as a result of this, and he's clearly okay with that, and his goal is to get it right.
I would say, I mean, if you think about it, like, I mean, if you did like a grading system for how much transparency we get from, his competitors like Volks and A-Zone and all of those people, and then also from the bigger companies like Mattel, etc., and so forth, into the process and the problems and what it's going to take to fix them. I mean, I would say, like, Danny, like, totally destroys the curve on the high end. I mean, like, he is, like, very, very transparent about what's going on, and, just give us a little patience and be a cool person, and you'll get something good out of it,
Yeah, and and I think it's also helped him, again, if you can't make it through this process, if you haven't stuck around, it's okay. He's again, he's making products for himself. He's making products for people like himself who want to have who care about quality and both in quality of product and quality of life, and more than gimme.
Mm-hmm.
Like No Auto Designs, how do you guys feel about the basically bid war / speed buy you have to do for anything that isn't a mainline item? It's rough to try and get anything when some people hang on the page 24/7.
It kind of sucks. I guess, you can't say we like it.
No, I mean, I don't feel like, there was a time, I had alerts going off in our bedroom, and we wake up in the middle of the night and like at 3 a.m. and
we had Alexa waking us up.
And it's not great, but I also know, like, the option is fewer dolls. Like, the option is, of course, Danny's going to do what Danny wants to do in terms of the dolls he wants to produce. If we, I think the only other choice would be for him to increase the number of dolls. Sorry, decrease the variety, basically, and make more of fewer dolls. And yeah, there's stuff that doesn't get out there, but usually, like, if you are on it, it's tough in certain time zones, but it varies. Like, we've had a run where it's been very like when he releases in the morning, it's great for us because it's like 8 or 9 at night, and when he releases at the end of the day, it sucks for us.
Because it's 4 a.m.
Yep, 3 or 4 a.m. So there's not much we can say or expect out of that. And like I said, the only thing I think that could answer your concerns over this is scaling. And it's one of those things we have to accept that Danny is not looking to scale.
I think, the best thing that you can do to be prepared is just, like, what I was going to say was the best thing you can do is be prepared. Like, watch every single thing that he has coming out, like tweets where he says, maybe sometime this week we'll do blah, blah, blah. Then if you have to be on guard for something, and I think John and I try our best to help you guys with that weekly, but, and then plus the Discord.
Yeah, and it's not, there's really only like 2 pages that people reload. There's not, if you pay attention, it's not too bad to reload. But again, it does take like time and knowing, okay, he's coming back. What I've done, I think the most healthy thing I've done for myself is stop caring so much. Like, and I mean that in terms of like, go, okay, I'm going to try and get this. If I can't get this, that's okay. And I can always try and get it on the secondhand market if it ever comes around. I don't know we're not talking about one specific thing here, but. Right.
And the more you want something, the harder you try to get it, So like if we really want it, we will know that we have to be up at 3 a.m.
Yeah. BJ Dolphin again says thoughts on semi-real Kanata. She's nice. I very happy that everyone said the one that I thought was the best wig.
Yeah, the long hair was better.
The long hair was Kanata.
I think the issue really was when I looked at it, I said long hair, but the one thing was the fringe. Like, Kanata had fringe. And so it was like, do you want the short hair with the fringe or long, straight with no fringe? And it was just which side you came down on.
Yeah. I just looked at it and was like, it's not Kanata. It's not Kanata unless it's the one on the right just was way more. It especially when you're anchoring her like an anime to a semi-real doll. It's really, I think it's good to try and anchor her a little bit more than just the face, so that she feels more like Kanata. Last up, Barry Wings says, since 2022 focus on blue and cocoa mostly, what will pair with gray in 2023? Cinnamon or tea? Obviously tea, because it's Earl Grey. Sorry. What do you think? Are we going to get pairings? Do you think we're in a 2 skin tone world in 2023?
I don't think so. I think part of the reason for seeing. Sorry.
Say hello.
Sorry, I was more comfortable in that position.
Well, all right, then do it. That's fine.
I think
you had surgery. You can sit however you want.
I think the reason we saw so much Coco was because of the issue with the frames.
Yeah.
I think that it was the not being able to he had to make choices as to what he was producing a lot of, and I think that we're going to see more Coco. I think we always see Cinnamon because as he has said, the dolls get done first in Cinnamon, for the most part.
Yeah.
And then T will come back. I think it's going to even out a lot more in 2023 with the new frame coming out and those issues being fixed.
We're talking new frame in Q2. I think by Q3, sometime in Q3, I think we should see it evened out. But I mean, who knows? I think he's going to get back to. I mean, look at all of the the option heads and things that he has. Like he's making heads for dolls of all skin tones. So I think he wants to get back to, making sure that, that everyone's kind of getting their chance to shine. My hope is, I don't know. My hope is we don't see a drastic reduction in Coco. I would imagine a reduction to some extent. But, hopefully this means that he can create a more balanced approach to all the skin tones.
Like No Hatter Design says that Danny should release a gray boy and name him Earl.
Yeah, no, I think
he's sure to be hot.
God.
Maybe he's just going to be Patrick Stewart.
But, the sad thing is...
Picard.
Yeah, but at least, I don't know... When he does the things, does he name them... Because the name of the color is Galactic Gray.
Right.
So he would be Earl Galactic Gray instead of just Earl Grey.
Right.
So kind of breaks it. Anyway, we're being really, really dumb. So that does it for our questions. We hope you have enjoyed your time with us, and we hope you have a wonderful week and a happy holidays. Spend it with friends and family.
Right. This is the last. This is the last news before Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone.
Absolutely, and a special thank you to Danny and his entire team for making such an amazing and inspiring product. And
it's been a great year. We are looking forward to 2023, and we hope that you have a lovely break.
So, until next Monday, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.